Welcome back. In this video, we will learn about data visualization. The first thing is, what is data visualization? It is the graphical representation of information and data. Let us learn this with the help of an example. So here, I have historical data of HDFC Bank Limited, and we have lot of data. And we cannot know about the trend by just looking at this data. But if you look at chart, by looking at the chart, you can talk about the trend and other things about this data. So that is why we call that graphical representation of data is called data visualization. So it is the graphical representation of information and data. Now what is the purpose of data visualization? Actually, data visualization make it easier to identify patterns, trends and outliers in large data. It also shows relationship between variables. For example, this is a COVID data. So if you look at this area, this represents the first wave and this represents the second wave. We can clearly see that first wave, the number of cases are much lesser, and in the second wave, number of cases are much higher. And moreover, we can also see that the number of deaths are correlated with the number of confirmed cases. That means more number of confirmed cases means more number of deaths. So this is how the graphical representation of data helps us a lot and gives an insight of the data straight away. So in Python, there is a library which is called matplotlib. And matplotlib is a library which is used to create 2D static, animated and interactive plots from data. You can visit this website, that is matplotlib.org, and it contains all the documentations and examples for the data visualization. Then we have pyplot. Pyplot is a collection of functions within matplotlib library, and each function makes some changes to plot. These functions make matplotlib to work like MATLAB. Now what is MATLAB? MATLAB is an individual program which is used for data analysis and engineering and numeric computing. It is totally different from Python. But in Python, if you use matplotlib, it just works like MATLAB. So now we will learn about these functions which we can use from the pyplot. So the first thing which you need to do is you have to write import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. Then I say quarter equals to 1, 2, 3 and 4, and then I say sales equals to, then I take some random values over here. Now for plotting, I need to write plt dot plot and then quarter, which is for the x-axis, and then sales, which is for the y-axis, and then I write plt dot show. Now I run this code and this is the output. One by one I am going to show the various functions which we can use from the pyplot. The first function which I can use is plt.title, and then I just write over here sales chart, and when I run it, you see at the top there is a sales chart. Then I have plt.xlabel, and in xlabel I write quarter, and when I run this, you see quarter over here, these are the x-axis, and then I write plt.ylabel. I say sales in crores, and I see over here sales in crores. So now we are going to learn about x-ticks. If you look at the chart over here, we have 1.0, 1.5, 2.0, but I have not given any 1.5 or 2.5. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. So what I need to do is I just need to do over here is xticks, and over here I will write that I want quarter. That means that all these values should be listed, other values should not be listed over there. So you can see 1, 2, 3, 4. Similarly, if I do plt dot yticks, in that case I just need to write over here sales. So now what will happen, all these values 22, 22.5, but I just wanted these values 25, 36 to 38 and 20, and when I do that we will see only those values. So this is how we can change the values over here. Similarly, if you want to give your own values or references over here, you can also do that. So what I do is 10, I just need a list over here. So I do over here 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and I run this and we have these values, and the chart will be adjusted automatically. So this is how you can give your own yticks or xticks if you want. One more thing over here, if these quarters are in strings, so again there is no problem. And when I run this code, it says Q1, Q2, Q3 and Q4. So all these functions are doing something with this chart, which is also known as figure over here. Another important thing is there is no definite order of writing these functions. You can also change the order, there is no problem at all. For example, I take it from here to here and run this code. It works fine, same output. Even if I take it from here and place it over here and run it, still there is a same output. I copy it from here and paste it here and run it, same result, there is no problem at all. Another thing which you can do is you can provide the color of the line and say, for example, I write red over here, and when I run this code, you see there is a red line. Similarly, we can also set the line width, and if I make it 5 and run the code, there is a line, right? Similarly, there is another thing which is called marker, and I can set the marker and run it. There is a marker over here on all the edges. I just need to remove this line width because the marker size is smaller. So you can see these markers over here. There is another thing which is called line style. So what you can do is you just write line style equals to, then give your line style and press enter, and you will see that line has changed from the normal one to the dotted one. So this is how we can use various functions of pyplot. Thanks for now. See you in the next video.